here, most of us are turning or have turned 18 already. And with that, you get some new rights you can do. You can vote, you can buy cigarettes, you can apply for handicap spots, things like that. But back in the 70s and 80s, you were also allowed to drink. You were allowed to have alcohol, and even back then you were allowed to actually smoke inside the school. But now that's been taken away, because honestly, I was doing some research and I couldn't really find a direct reason why they took that right of alcohol away. Basically, they just did it just as a trial, just to see if that would help with driving, see if that taking that away from 18-year-olds and 18, 19, 20-year-olds would help with the accident rates. It didn't. They did studies before they took it away and after, and they found no significant evidence showing that it helped with the driving accidents. And when originally they took the law, when they went from 18, they took it and raised it to 20. That's when they did that trial to see if it would help. And later, a few years later, they rose it up to 21, which it is now. Comparably to other countries, I know I went to Ireland a few years ago, and I was 12 at the time. I was legally allowed to sit at a bar. Actually, the bartender offered me Guinness. I didn't know what it was at the time. But in those countries, they teach their kids young how to respect alcohol. We should do so here. We should teach the kids young, like we are now. We should teach them how to respect alcohol, and that it's not just a way of partying. It's not just a way of forgetting things, so you don't have to deal with them. It's basically just another type of drink. It's just another thing you could have. It has more effects on you than other drinks do, but that doesn't mean it should be taken away. It doesn't mean that we could that they should make a law about it. Because I know in Spain, I don't think they have a law. They don't have a law saying you can't drink. I know I talked to someone, he said that when he went to Spain, he went to a restaurant and all they served you was either wine or water. So there was kids, 12, 13, 14, drinking wine at a public place. And no one said anything, no one had a problem with it, because it's part of their culture. They taught that kid young how to respect it, and they're probably still teaching him. But that's what we should be doing here, is teaching them that it's not just something to have, it's a right. It's same with like apple juice. Apple juice has healthy things for you. Alcohol, not as healthy for you, but it still does can help you with your health. And I went to a website called procon.com, and it quoted the law, and technically us at any age could go to a party with parents' consent. We could have alcohol, and the police couldn't do anything about it, because technically the law says it is illegal for someone under the age of 21 to possess alcohol. It says nothing about consumption. So you could also go to a bar, and your parents could buy alcohol and hand it to you. No one could say otherwise, because technically your parents paid for it. It's their possession. You're just drinking it. So that's a little way that, though it's not practiced, technically it wouldn't be changing much if they brought the law back down to 18, because you can do that. You can have alcohol anyway. It's just that you can't buy it right now. Your parents would have to buy it for you. And also they could modify the law. They modify laws all the time. They could change it so that you could not drink to excess, so you couldn't legally get drunk until you're 21. But you can still have like 2 beers when you're like 18. But that, apparently this has either not crossed anyone's mind or it just hasn't passed in law. Then, but we could actually also change it like they are now, that you can't drink while driving. Yeah, that's already a law, so why not just bring the drinking age back down to 18? Because I know smoking does a lot more to you than drinking does. But you can smoke at 18, but you can't drink at 18.